All right, thanks for joining us at 5. Felicia's off, Scott's in, and we're giving you a look right now at some of the temperatures that you'll see all across central Indiana at this hour.
Yeah, good news here is the sun and temperatures in the 20s help melt some of that snow, and it should continue to melt.
We start tonight in the Weather Center with Angela. She's going to let us know when finally these low temperatures are going to reach above freezing.
Tomorrow.
Yay!
Okay. Not too much.
No, we don't have to wait too much longer, but I'll tell you, 20s today compared to 25 below zero.
Felt great.
Sunday morning.
Yeah.
It's quite a change.
Today is welcome. Yesterday, not so much.
Not so much. We will take the temperatures in the 20s. At least we're starting to move in the right direction. We're at 26 degrees in Indianapolis, 23 Carmel, 24 Greensburg, 22 Bunker Hill, and 22 degrees at Morris Reservoir. We did have a nice mix of sun and clouds today. That helps the melting. Temperatures in the 20s, but wind chills still in the single digits and the teens. It's feeling like 15 in Indianapolis, but only feeling like 4 in Richmond. So we do continue to need to take precautions from the cold. It's just not as cold. Overnight temperatures will be cold enough to support that refreezing, so that could slow us down in a few places overnight and early tomorrow. More melting as we get tomorrow afternoon above freezing. Thursday, we've got rain and wind on the way. You can see our rain chances as we look ahead at the week ahead. 100%. Yes, there's rain on the way, but it will be rain and not snow on Thursday. And then we'll talk about some big temperature swings headed our way in the 7-day in a few minutes.
All right. Thank you, Angela. We'll check back. In the meantime, we want to get you up to date in the courtroom today. The death penalty trial for the man who is charged with the murder of an Elwood police officer, Noah Chavez, now is on hold indefinitely.
Our Rich Nye was the only reporter in the Madison County courtroom today when the judge ruled that Carl Boards is not competent to stand trial.
3.5 years have passed since 24-year-old Elwood police officer Noah Chavez was shot multiple times as he sat in his police car during a traffic stop. Carl Boards was scheduled to go on trial January 26th, but on Monday morning, Madison Circuit Court Judge Andrew Hopper pushed pause on the case, ruling Boards incompetent. The court now finds that the defendant presently lacks the ability to understand the proceedings and to assist in preparation of a defense. The prosecution and the officer's family walked out of the courtroom frustrated.
We respect the court's decision. We had argued that he is competent to stand trial, and we believe that the evidence demonstrated that, but the court's decision was that he is incompetent at this time, and so we're following those procedures.
Shock and disappointment doesn't even begin to describe what I'm feeling, what my wife Lori's feeling, what my whole family is feeling. But all we can do is continue to fight for justice for Noah, and that's what we're going to continue to do. We're never going to stop. It doesn't matter what ruling the judge has today. We're just going to continue to press forward and continue to fight.
The judge's ruling means Boards will now receive what's called competency restoration mental health services at a state facility. Basically, his death penalty trial is on hold until doctors decide he is competent to stand trial.
We will not change our prosecution of this case whatsoever. We will be ready to try him as soon as we are able.
2 court-appointed psychiatrists recently found Boards to be delusional, including a belief that he has a microchip in his brain that can read his thoughts and that his public defenders are conspiring to see to his death. In Anderson, Rich Nye, 13 News.
The trial for Carl Boards is tentatively rescheduled for March 30th. Boards' death penalty case is one of 3 now pending here in our state. It would be the first trial since Indiana resumed executions. The first execution took place a year ago this week. It was back on December 18th of last year when the state put Joseph Corcoran to death. He killed 4 people, including his brother, in northern Indiana in 1997. His attorneys fought the death penalty sentence for years, arguing he was severely mentally ill. The mother of a 5-year-old boy found dead in a suitcase in southern Indiana tonight is requesting a public defender in that case. Dejon Anderson made her first appearance in a Louisville courtroom today. Her case was recently moved from southern Indiana to Kentucky. That's where police believe she killed her son, Cairo Jordan, before dumping the boy's body in April of 2022. She will be back in court next month after pleading not guilty to several charges, including murder.
Want to show you these pictures here behind me. Look at all of this. This is drugs, money, guns, all illegal, seized this year by IMPD's violence reduction team. Today, Ashton Hackman explains how police say this task force is collecting these items and driving down crime.
Enough illegal guns to arm a small army. Thousands of potentially deadly fentanyl doses stop before they ever hit the streets. Just a snapshot of the year's worth of evidence now covering tables by IMPD's violence reduction team.
We were able to put some pretty impressive numbers up as far as the amount of narcotics we've taken off the street and the illegal firearms that we've taken off the street.
Since the start of the year, IMPD's Violent Crimes Task Force has targeted Indy's most violent criminals. Officers executed more than 800 search warrants along the way, like this major bust back in March by IMPD's North District. Officers uncovered 72 pounds of meth stuffed inside this duffel bag and hidden inside the kitchen stove. They also found smaller amounts of heroin, fentanyl, and cocaine. Officers seized 4 illegal guns stashed inside a washing machine, another sat atop a closet rack, and 2 more replaced forks in the kitchen drawer. Officers seized $7,000 in cash before arresting 2 men. IMPD says the drugs and illegal guns go hand in hand.
When we target those significant amounts of narcotics, we generally find that we're going to take significant numbers of illegal firearms off the street.
The task force seized nearly 2,000 illegal guns this year, keeping them out of the hands of those who can't legally have them, picking up other guns and criminals responsible for violent crime.
The same percentage, the same small percentage of offenders who are reoffending, preying on the community. So if we can get those guns out of their hands, obviously we're going to have a positive impact on interrupting that cycle of violence in our community.
A cycle of violence disrupted by IMPD's violence reduction team. In Indianapolis, Ashton Hackman, 13 News.